Welcome to the next session on operations research. In this session, we will discuss the theory of odds method. This is the next method which is used in solving the game theory problem. We have already seen the pure strategy method, which is called as minimax maximum principle. This is for mixed strategy. The odds method in operations research, also known as odds ratio method, is a decision-making technique often used to compare the relative probabilities of different events or outcomes. It involves assessing the odds of success versus failure for different strategies or options, allowing decision makers to make informed choices based on relative probabilities. This method is particularly useful in situations involving risk analysis, decision analysis, and optimization problems where the outcomes are uncertain. Key components of the odds method. The first one is odds. The odds of an event happening is the ratio of the probability that the event occurs to the probability that it does not occur. Formula for odds of an event A. So the odds for A is very simple. It is the probability that A is going to occur to the probability that A is not going to occur. Say if I write this as probability of A occurring to the probability of A not occurring with a dash, the summation will always be equal to 1. So the probability of the event not happening is going to be 1 minus probability of event happening. So here the ratio is odds of A is nothing but the probability of event happening upon the probability of event not happening. So it is P dash A. So that is why this is P of A upon 1 minus P dash A, where P of A is the probability of event A occurring. Next is odds ratio. The odds ratio is a measure of the relative likelihood of two different events or outcomes. It compares the odds of one event happening versus another. If you are comparing two events, A and B, the odds ratio is given by odds ratio is odds of A upon odds of B, where odds of A is the formula which I gave you, and for odds of B, the formula will be probability of B happening to the probability of B not happening. An odds ratio of 1 means the two events are equally likely. An odds ratio greater than 1 indicates that event A is more likely, while an odds ratio less than 1 means event B is more likely. So here if you observe and you have the total value of odds of A and odds of B, this ratio giving 1, which means both the value will be equal. For example, 5 upon 5, the value is 1. When we have this ratio greater than 1, for example, if it is 2, it simply means that this will now be 10 upon 5, such that this value is now 2. So you can see that the odds of A is greater. And suppose if it is less than 1, so this has to be 5 upon 10, which is 0.5, which means odds of B is greater. So if you don't understand anything with the statement, you can use some numbers and you will understand it much easily. How the odds method is used in OR? Decision making under uncertainty. The odds method helps decision makers evaluate different courses of action by comparing their likelihood of success relative to failure. For example, when choosing between two strategies in a risky investment, you can use the odds method to determine which strategy has a higher chance of yielding a positive outcome. So as I showed you the ratio, if you have two events, and if you want to decide which will have a better chance, the ratio will help you understand. Risk assessment. In risk analysis, the odds method is used to calculate the relative risk of different events, such as equipment failure, safety incidents, or project delays. By comparing the odds of these events, companies can allocate resources more efficiently to reduce risks. So risk assessment is an important part which can be done by using odds method, such as when you have an equipment failure, or if you have some safety incidents or project delays, you can use this method. The third one is logistic regression. The odds method is fundamental in logistic regression, a statistical model often used in OR for modeling binary outcomes. Example, success versus failure. Binary outcome means 0 or 1. So failure means 0, success means 1. The output of logistic regression is the log odds of an event, which can be converted back to probabilities. In this context, the odds ratio can be used to interpret the impact of independent variables on the likelihood of an outcome. So when you are using odds method, the probabilities will help you understand whether the event is going to be a failure or a success. Optimization problems. In operations research, when evaluating multiple options in optimization problems like resource allocation, production scheduling, etc., the odds method helps compare the potential benefits of different decisions by quantifying the likelihood of success or efficiency improvements. So in optimization problems, again, you can use the method of probabilities and you can understand whether there will be success or failure in your optimization problems. Example, suppose you are making a decision between two manufacturing processes, process A and B. You estimate the probability of success for each process as follows. So probability of A is 0.7, probability of B is 0.5. To apply the odds method, calculate the odds for each process. Odds for success for process A is probability of A upon 1 is probability of A. You get a value. Same way, odds for success for process B is probability of B upon 1 minus probability of B. So you get value. Calculate the odds ratio, that is odds of A upon odds of B, you get an answer. This means process A is 2.33 times more likely to succeed than process B. So this is how you can decide between two manufacturing processes. Strengths and limitations. Strengths, useful in comparing probabilities in decision making, can handle binary success or failure decisions well, flexible and applicable in risk analysis and logistic regression. So these are the three strengths of this method. Limitations, requires good estimation of probabilities, which may not always be possible. So as you saw that the probability of A and probability of B was calculated, this is very important to be calculated. If you do not get proper values over here, then you will end up having a wrong estimation. Can become complex in multi-outcome scenarios. So suppose if you have many outcomes like probability of A, B, C, D, then in that case it can become a bit complex. In summary, the odds method in operations research provides a powerful way to compare relative likelihoods of different strategies or outcomes, helping in risk management, decision making, and optimization processes. So these are the various places where you can apply your odds method and you can get good answers. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the theory of odds method. In the next session, we will take up numericals on this topic. If you have any doubts, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.